There is a special kind of trust between a mother and the person she leaves her child with. It is not ordinary trust. It is deeper. Because when you hand someone your child and you board a plane far away, what you are really saying is, I trust you with the one thing I cannot lose. You don't have to say those words out loud. Everybody understands. Her name is Obiageli, but everyone calls her Obi. In 2018, Obi left Nigeria to work in the United Kingdom. She was a care assistant. Her job was to help people who were old or sick. Her daughter, Adeze, was 7 years old. Obi left Adeze with her younger sister, Chisom. Chisom was family. They had shared the same room for 18 years. Obi trusted her completely. Every month, Obi sent money. Money for food, money for clothes, and money for school fees. The school was called Greenfield Academy. It was a private school in Enugu. Obi had paid the registration, bought the uniform, met the teacher. Everything was ready. Every term, Chisom sent messages on WhatsApp. She sent report cards, progress reports, school photos. Adeze looked happy, in a neat uniform, smiling. For 3 years, Obi believed her daughter was getting the good education she was working so hard to pay for. But she was wrong. 3 years, 9 terms, 450,000 naira per term. That is nearly 3.6 million naira. Money sent by a mother working night shifts in England. And what did Chisom do with it? She built a life for herself. Not a big mansion, nothing that would make people suspicious. Chisom was smart. She did it quietly. New furniture for the family house, a small shop selling provisions, a second-hand car, a weekend trip here and there. Small things, comfortable things. Meanwhile, Adeze was attending government primary school at Chara Layout. It was not a terrible school. The teachers were there, the children learnt, but it was not what her mother was paying for. And here is the saddest part. Chisom told Adeze to keep a secret. She said, "Don't tell your mother. It will make her sad. It will cause problems." A 7-year-old girl, carrying a secret for her aunt against her own mother. That, more than the money, is what hurt Obi the most. Obi found out by accident, not through a big investigation, not because someone told her. Just a video call on a Thursday evening in March 2021. Adeze was 10 years old by then. They were talking about her day, about food, about nothing special. Then Obi asked about a maths test. "Obi, how did the maths test go? The one with Teacher Eze?" A small pause, the kind of pause a child makes when she is thinking carefully. "Adeze, I passed. I came second in class." "Obi, second? That is wonderful. Is Teacher Eze strict?" "He is, but he's funny too. He does voices when he reads stories to us." Obi smiled. Then she asked one more question. "Obi, is Teacher Eze your class teacher or just for maths?" "Adeze, he is our class teacher. He has been since primary 3. Something moved in the back of her mind, because the class teacher at Greenfield Academy, the one Obi had met before she left, was a woman, Mrs. Okafor, not a man called Teacher Eze. After the call, Obi sat very still. Then she opened WhatsApp and called Mrs. Okafor's number. Mrs. Okafor answered. "Good evening, ma. My daughter Adeze Nwosi is in your class at Greenfield Academy." A pause. "Madam, I don't have any student by that name. Not in my class, not in this school. Are you sure she is enrolled here?" The room went cold. "Obi, Madam, She has been enrolled since 2018, since primary 2. Madam, I have been here since 2016. No child named Adeze Nwosi has ever been enrolled here. I am very sorry. Obi sat with the phone in her hand for a long time. 3 years. Her daughter had never attended that school, not for a single day. Obi did not call Chisom that night. She waited 2 days. She gathered every receipt, every message, every fake report card. Then she called her cousin Nkozi in Enugu. Obi, Nkozi, please drive past Government Primary School Achara layout when school is closing. Look for my daughter. Nkozi called back 40 minutes later. Obi, she's here. She's in green and white uniform. She looks fine. But Obi, this is not Greenfield. Obi booked a flight. She landed in Enugu on a Friday morning. She did not tell Chisom she was coming. She took a taxi straight to the family house. Chisom was alone. When Obi walked in, Chisom looked up. The color left her face completely. Chisom, Obi, I didn't know you were. Chisom sat. Obi placed a folder on the table. Inside, transfer receipts, fake report cards, and one sentence written at the top. Greenfield Academy has no record of Adeze Nwosi ever being enrolled. Chisom did not open the folder. She already knew what was inside. The silence was very long. Then Chisom spoke. Her voice was small. I needed the money, Obi. I had a debt, a serious one. I told myself it was temporary, that I would fix it. Obi, 3 years, Chisom. 3 years is not temporary. You made this decision again and again, every term. Chisom wept. Obi watched her. She did not feel rage. She felt something worse, a deep, heavy grief. Because this was her sister, and she had looked at her love for her child and seen an opportunity. Obi, how much of it can you return? Chisom could not answer. The money was gone. The hardest conversation was not with Chisom. It was with Adeze. Obi picked her up from school that afternoon. Adeze did not know her mother was coming. When she saw her mother standing at the gate, she ran. She ran into her mother's arms. Obi held her for a long time, breathing her in. Her daughter was 10 now. She had grown in ways Obi had only seen through a phone screen. That evening, they sat on the veranda together. Obi, Adeze, I want to talk to you about your school. Adeze went still. Not surprised still, waiting still, like a child who had been dreading this moment for a long time. Adeze, Mommy, I am sorry. Auntie Chisom said, you are not in trouble. You have done nothing wrong. I want you to understand that first. Adeze looked at her mother with careful eyes. Auntie Chisom said it would make you sad. She said you had enough to worry about in London. 10 years old, protecting her mother from worry, carrying a weight that was never hers to carry. Obi, do you like your school? Adeze thought about it honestly. I like Teacher Eze and I like my friends, but some classrooms have no ceiling fan. It is very hot in 3rd term. Obi nodded. I am going to change your school. A proper school, the one I always wanted for you. And I'm not going back to London for a long time. Adeze, you are staying? I am staying. Adeze did not jump or shout. She simply leaned against her mother and let out a breath so deep it seemed like she had been holding it for 3 years. Maybe she had. Obi did not take Chisom to court. Some people asked her why. She's still not sure if it was the right decision. But she chose to let the family know. She told their mother everything. Not to punish Chisom, but because secrets kept in families become foundations that everything else is built on. Chisom and Obi haven't spoken properly in 2 years. They see each other at family functions. They are polite, but it is a sad kind of polite. Adeze started at Greenfield Academy in September 2021. She's in JSS 2 now. She's doing well. She's catching up, with the determination of a child who has something to prove to herself. One evening, without anyone asking, Adeze said, "Mommy, when I grow up and I have children, I will never ask them to keep secrets from me." Obi looked at her for a long moment. That is a very good decision. Obi is still in Enugu. She did not go back to London. She is building a small catering business. It is still new, still uncertain, but she is here, present, in the same city as her daughter, able to pick her up from school herself, able to see with her own eyes every day that Adaeze is where she is supposed to be. Obi shares this story for a reason. There are women listening right now who are abroad, sending money home, trusting someone with their child. Call the school directly. Visit unannounced when you can. Ask your child specific questions. What is the name of your teacher? What color are your classroom walls? What is your best friend's name? The things that cannot be faked in a photograph. Your love alone is not enough protection. Your love combined with vigilance, that is what keeps them safe. If this story touched your heart, hit the like button. That tells me you want more stories like this. And subscribe so you never miss a new story every week. Share this with a mother who needs to hear it tonight, whether she is beside her child or on the other side of the world. Comment below. Would you take your sister to court or keep it in the family? There is no wrong answer, but I want to know what you would do. Hold your children close tonight. They are always worth coming home for.